Few people in here to start it off. This is episode 28. I did do a bunch of lives when during the hurricane, and man, as you can tell, the hair is a mess, and I'm not even gonna try to fix it. It's just gonna be another Badhead Saturday live. Yes, indeed, Bad Brad here at your service. We're talking music. We're talking guitars. We're talking truth. Man, I'm glad to have you in here today. If you're here, let me know in the comments. You are part of the show. So for people who watch the replay, make sure you follow the comments along because I'll often just rapid fire. It's like attention deficit theater. I'll rapid fire. Hermit, time for a fine pipe of Condor ready to rub and Yorkshire Gold tea. Right on, Hermit. Mike, you're still in your jammies. Hey, man. I sympathize with you. I sympathize with you. Mike had a very late night last night. He's still out on the trail. We salute you. Joey, what's happening? Yes, thank you to Mike for moderating. Awesome, Freddie. We're glad to have you here. Chris, good to have you here. Woo! Afternoon. Denny, glad to have you here, brother. As you know, on this show, you are a huge part of this show. Dude, Freddie commenting, dude, like I said, it's attention deficit, sixth string. Good morning from Maui. Maui, wowie, man. Six strings got that Maui, wowie. Yes, indeed. Yo, Vamp, how you doing? You're gone at 3 today, Mike? All right, not a problem. 4:30 load in for a 6 o'clock show. Ooh. And he's playing outside today. Hello from Milwaukee, Freddie B. Milwaukee's finest Freddie B is in the house. You are part of the show if you're in here. Did you ever see Buckethead? He is an incredible player. I never have seen him live. I've read a lot about Buckethead, and I've certainly watched a lot of clips of him, and he's a unique fella, as they say. If anybody's heard about when he was recording for Chinese Democracy, some interesting stories about Buckethead. Interesting character. Brian Carroll, I believe, is his name. Is that right, Mike? Yes, I think that sounds right. A lot of people thought he was Paul Gilbert for a while. Wouldn't that have been an interesting twist to come up with another character like that? I did that for a while. We did a one-off in Nashville, and we all wore lucha libre masks, and I was Donnie Baracho, Don Juan Baracho. But yeah, man, great player, unique. He's got a concept, and he's able to execute it. Just like John 5, it's kind of a concept, a brand, and these guys, think about that, guitar players out there. Creating a brand, that's something is important. So, man, if you can create a brand like John 5 or like Buckethead, man, kudos to you. So, Mike, you're playing on the Chesapeake Bay. Are you going to play, what's that song? I take a trip around the ocean. What's that song? Moonlight, doo-doo-doo, feels right. He sings about and park along the Chesapeake Bay, right? Dude, Bucket is finally on tour again. Yes, I saw some clips of him. I don't believe all Tom Zuta's stories about Buckethead in the studio. No one else has said they are true. Well, Chris, I haven't read specifically what Zootout said, but not everybody is going to divulge the stories. So, until somebody comes out and says they aren't true, and I don't know what stories you're referring to, so I don't know how bad it is, but, people may enhance stories. I don't know. You saw him in the caverns in Tennessee. I bet that was an awesome show. I have not been to that cavern venue. I know some of my friends that played there. How about the $200 million lawsuit from Limp Bizkit? Yeah, that's That's an interesting. So Limp Bizkit is suing for $200 million for unpaid royalties. And think about this: Fred Durst worked for Interscope. He at one time was an A&R rep for Interscope as well as with Limp Bizkit. So Jimmy Iovine must have seen something in Fred Durst and said, "You've got a good eye on this alternative thing. Why don't you bring in some groups?" Didn't he bring in Stained? I'm just guessing. And yeah, I did hear that, Chris. And you know what? That's not shocking to me. That's not shocking to me that that's going on. I mean, so yeah, so Limp Bizkit, Fred Durst may be suing, and he might be owed that money. I mean, who knows? It's very tough to go up against the giants of the music industry and win, though. Man, they talk about expensive. Hiring a lawyer to take on a case like that and trying to prove it, have them open up their books and not be able to, oh, well, we got to write this off and we got to write that. Man, it's a mess. How can anyone concentrate while watching that? Freddie, I think in Buckethead's case, it wasn't about him watching it. I think he was literally taking them all for a ride and playing up the legend of Buckethead and creating part of the legend by having them build a chicken coop for Buckethead in the studio that he tracked in. And then watching this crazy stuff, and I guess Axl saw what he was watching and said, "I don't want anybody who's watching this kind of stuff to play on my music." Yeah, I think it was about the image, Mike. Yeah, I think he's like Leo has guitar videos. Okay, well, yeah, that's good to watch too. Oh man, I needed this, man. I haven't had a Red Bull all week. And man, it feels good to be in here and talking. We've got 31 people in here. Let's get the likes up, the thumbs up, the subscribes. I've got a lot of stuff going on, man. First of all, the storm this week was absolutely incredible, crazy. People down here in Florida are still struggling. There's floods still now with all the water that came down. There's people are having difficulty getting gas. They're actually giving away 10 gallons of gas to people who need it. Not commercial vehicles, but people that need gas. There's several places in Florida where they'll give you free 10 gallons of gas. People are really struggling. The local grocery stores here, it's like the Hunger Games. There's very little, there's no chicken whatsoever. There's no poultry. That's all gone. There's just a little bit of beef that's very highly priced. And man, it's like yesterday, I went yesterday to the grocery store and there was absolutely no produce. It was all gone. So man, people down here in Florida are still struggling, and it's best to, thank you, Chad. Thank you, brother. Thank you. And I think you're new here. I haven't seen you here. Mr. Jones saw Los Lonely Boys open for Santana. I bet that was a great show. Big D, did you ever play the Star Spangled Banner at a show? Big D, yes. I think I even played that back in high school. I think we did a Battle of the Bands or a band show, and part of the show I played the Star Spangled Banner. So I've always kind of messed with that. And I didn't play it the same way. I played it in the Hendrix style. But, later, having better ears, I heard, oh, he starts with open strings, so, yeah. But, yeah, I've played that. I really like the way Yngwie plays it. Yngwie plays it really cool, too, because he adds some of his classical stuff. Del Castillo wasn't even fair for Los Lonely Boys. Okay, I'll have to. Who was the opening act again? Del Castillo. Okay, I have to check that out. Yeah, I've never heard of Del Castillo. Zappa plays Zappa opening for Dream Theater. Yeah, I bet that was an interesting show. But for me, man, I still like a great song, and hearing too many notes Like I went to a Joe Satriani show once, had free tickets. We went to the Ryman, and it was like it was all guitar the whole time, and there was no vocals, and there was no bass solos, there were no drum solos, and I'm like, man, if he just let the bass player play a little bit and let the drummer do a little cool little segment, and then maybe sing one or two songs here and there. But I just, after a while, we just like, okay, I've seen enough. You know, as great as it is, it's like I miss the structure of a song. I love hearing a great song with so much lyrical meaning, and then a solo comes in and just pulls at your heartstrings and then takes you back to that final verse or that final chorus. So I like great guitar playing in the context of a song, but that's just me. Yeah, too much FMP. That's exactly. It was just too much after a while. I mean, I've heard it. You know, I've heard it. I've heard you do your legato licks now for the last hour. I'm out. I'm out. You know, Dream Theater's new song is great. I have not heard that. Dimebag in the Bar Days, overplayed. Well, Adam, we all overplayed in our youth. I used to overplay like crazy, you know, and I started learning like, you know, people aren't aware of, you know, it's really a great song with a cool solo. Exactly, Joey. Yngwie is good for about 6 to 10 minutes. Yeah, I can tolerate Yngwie longer because he's got some of those songs. And I think, to me, some of those songs are funny. Like, You Don't Remember, I'll Never Forget, and that really wide vibrato that they sing with in that type of metal. It always made me smile. And I always felt the songs were kind of funny. I am a Viking. You know, all that kind of stuff. I always thought it was really, you know, funny. But I can tolerate Yngwie a little bit more because even though the songs are a little bit funny, at least it's a song and then a shreddy guitar solo and a song and a shreddy with, you know, the classic Eddie Van Halen, Randy Rhoads, Yngwie. They would always play the riffs and add little cool little things in. And to me, that's more enjoyable than just hearing somebody solo for eons. Wow, Jimmy. So he was blessed to have Holdsworth play the original Tone Merchants in Orange County, and it would be exhausting, and I would just go hang with Noel in the office and have a couple drinks. Here's the thing. The reason why I like the Holdsworth IOU album, so he had that vocalist. Now, I thought that guy's vocals were a little weird, and those songs having melodies and stuff to it, but I like the songs. I like hearing a vocal and then a solo. And I think, as Holdsworth went on and got away from being a band and having a vocalist, and it just came down to the guitar playing, I didn't like it as much. And I didn't like it when he went to Synthax. I didn't want to hear Synthax. I wanted to hear his Red Charvel with that liquid lead tone. So, man, that's the thing, man. Balance. Stanley Clarke is amazing. And, Victor Wooten was one of the guys in his prime that would play a bass solo, and he would keep you entertained the whole time. Michael Fath, I don't know what ever happened to him, Mike. I don't know, man. There's so many players that, kind of come and go, and you go, man, I wonder whatever happened to that guy, man. There's so many of them. They come out and there's the push, and then you never hear from them again. I don't know if they get disenfranchised. I'd love if anybody out there. I did not lose power. We're very lucky. Our power lines are buried. But the power station for our area, the little neighborhood like block, like control hub, man, the fence to that just got completely wiped. We've been lucky through both hurricanes, and this one was the worst, man. This was brutal, man. We did not lose power, so we're very, very thankful that. I guess you'll have to do the stream, get your iPhone going. Yeah, native musician Big P. Glad to have you here. Always glad to have Big P here, a native musician of this country. Mark, how you doing? The gas station. You got tickets to see Dream Theater in Atlanta, Chris. Very cool. Oh, Mike, you don't have an iPhone. Sean Castillo sounds unique. Well, listen, as I'm traveling. Awesome, man. I'm just thankful to have all you cool people in this room. I try to comment on everything. I try to answer any questions. You are a huge part of this show, and I thank everybody. So yeah, the Hermit says Olympic solos only suit the Guinness Book of Records. Yeah, it would seem that way, man. Find if we could get one amazing guitar player to come out that had a good voice, doesn't have to be great, and would write killer songs and then play tasty solos. I mean, I guess the modern day guy would be John Mayer, but John Mayer doesn't really appeal to me. It's just not that different. He does have that one song where he does like the tapping stuff. I don't know any John Mayer songs. I don't, people say, oh, what's happening? Who is that? Nikos, brother, glad to have you here. Del Castillo is from Austin. Their singer's like a Mexican Steven Tyler. Oh, that sounds cool. That sounds cool. Man, there's some great rock and roll, Latin musicians, Mexican musicians. There's some great. They really do love rock and roll in South America. So that's Eric. Let's see what Eric L. What up, Brad? Live surviving that bad weather. Yes, sir. We made it. Yeah, John Mayer. This SRV, Jimi Hendrix. It's like somebody once said. What was it? I liked John Mayer better when he went by his original name, Dave Matthews or something. I mean, in his early days, he was like an acoustic guy. I figured out tapping. It's more like tap and plucking. All right, Nikos, you added a new skill. Yeah, it's kind of like tap and pull off. Eddie Van Halen would pull up. He would tap and pull up on the string. People do it different ways. Even some people tap with the pick, so here we are. We got the Red Bull in here. We've got 65 people in here, but only 18 likes. Come on, let's get this party going here. I've got limited time. Mike, yes, you can have a Pepsi. Get FMP a Pepsi. Tap, flick, slap, chop. Exactly. Woo! I'm trying to tap two lines at the same time using two fingers. And you can tap on chords. You can, the Holdsworth thing, and I don't know, specifics, but, he would go. Stuff like that. So you can do all kinds of stuff. You could skip strings. You could do all kinds. There's lots of cool things you can do with that thing. 62 people. Yeah, this is the music, man. This thing is super sweet. I shot a video the other day. On some of my clips, I like to put a little playing clip. So I did a little playing clip on this guitar. Love this guitar so much. It doesn't have even though it's got two humbuckers in a single, it doesn't have my Stratty type, the sparkler. Yeah, this thing plays so good though. But it's got super hot pickups in it. It's not like you're not going to get any vintage tones out of that. And that's kind of where my ears are these days. But it is a super cool guitar, man. I'm really love that guitar. Pogs paper disc game. I don't know that one, Nico. But yeah, man. Harry, how you doing? Finally got electricity back. Awesome, Harry. Man, we are glad. Jimmy Ray, how close to the edge is the high E to the edge of the fretboard on the EBM? It's got a healthy distance. It's like something like that. Something like that. It's not hanging off. I don't have any problem with it. cool guitar, a cold Pepsi, and some tasty buds, and I'm fine. Exactly. Exactly. Man, I tell you what, I should do a video. I don't know about you guys, like what motivated you guys to play guitar for a living or get into rock and roll. I'm sure we've all got our own origin stories, but I know to go out to California, I could say Fast Times at Ridgemont High and Van Halen videos. And I said, I gotta go out. I gotta go out to California. That was it. That was it. Oh, you saw 38 Special last night. They lit the place up. Awesome. When they opened for, okay. The only thing is, I don't even know who's in 38 Special anymore. Yes, Spicoli. 38 Special hasn't had, the guys that I know is that guy with the long frizzy hair that would sing lead, and then the guy with the beard, and the explorer guitar, and then the Van Zant guy that would run around, and the two drummers. That's the 30. When I think of 38 Special, I think those videos on MTV. We always watch that, and that is the band that I would want to see. But I don't know who's in the band now, and that's with a lot of these bands. And I get it, man. People got to make money. Yeah, Hendrix at Woodstock. Yes. Jimi Hendrix, man, that was one of my favorites of all time, and I love the Woodstock footage, and more of that came out. Now you can watch the whole performance. The singer played a double cut Les Paul Jr. Well, the original singer did. Do they do that now? 30 Special has the same guys as Skynyrd. Leonard Skynyrd's bro, Van Zant. Was he there? Was the Van Zant guy? Can the band tell the producer not to replace a band member? So you're talking about in the studio, Robert, right? That is a good question. So a lot of times producers will make the call when they're producing a record. It's their job to produce a hit, and they're motivated to produce a hit because they will get points on the record. So they will get a fee for recording the record, but they will also get points if the record sells a lot. So a producer is sometimes motivated by points to make the best record they can. And you can buck up against the producer, but you also run the risk of ticking him off, and then he produces just churns it out. Okay, you want it this way, and boom, and churning it out, and you get an inferior product. Sometimes you got to listen to the producer, and having somebody come in and cut solos. If you're not able to cut good solos, you sometimes have to take one for the team. So. Man, it's going down fast today, guys. Or Fast and Furious. Mix Plummer being in far. Is that true? Somebody said Mix Plummer is in. You know who was a plumber? Speaking of plumbers, so Bill Gazzari was the guy that ran and owned the Gazzari's nightclub on the Sunset Strip. And, famous guy, dressed like a mobster, Bill Gazzari, Italian guy, always had 20-year-old girls on his arm, even when he was in his 70s. And, but before all that, he was a plumber, and he used to fix the pipes and stuff at my old boss, Jerry Lewis, the comedian. He used to fix, stuff at Jerry Lewis's house. Oh, Bill Gazzari says he was our plumber. So, and that's probably how he made the money, doing plumbing. He saved up some money and then boom, built a nightclub and turned himself into a superstar. Bill Gazzari was like a mobster rock star, because he always had money. So he would always be surrounded. So that when you say plumber and you say rock and roll plumber, I think Bill Gazzari, and just how I was like, when I heard that, oh, he was our plumber, I'm like, what? You imagine Bill Gazzari being your plumber. the snowplow guy that befriended Les Paul. I don't know. I don't know about that guy. Because Gazzari did like it. I never heard that. I never heard that. But maybe that's how he kept around. But he didn't act like a guy that was doing that. You know, guys that do that stuff, FMP, tend to isolate and, you know, hide away and be very paranoid. And every footage I've seen of him, he seems very gregarious and surrounded by people. So I don't know. Only original left is the frontman, singer, guitarist. I think, okay. Alan, yeah, I don't know. I'm a plumber. A famous Kiss interview. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, I think of some of these bands, and for me, you know, I want to see that guy with the bushy hair and all that, but I know we're all older now. Yeah, FMP. Yeah, man. And think about a lot of those bands back in the day all played the Starwood. Van Halen played the Starwood. And that's Eddie Nash, that whole Boogie Nights thing, that guy that they rob in the scene, that was loosely based on Eddie Nash, the guy that was, you know, playing Sister Christian and, you know, I love this part, and doing the motoring part and all that, and singing Jesse's Girl. Dude, I don't know how many people out there have watched that movie. That scene is so harrowing, man. You feel like you're there and you're just waiting and you're like, come on guys, just get out of this. You know, if you were there, you're like, come on guys, let's get out of here. Come on. This guy's nuts. Come on. You know, and it's just crazy, man. Don Barnes, that's right. That's the voice that I always think about is Don Barnes. When you were in the storm closet, were there certain favorite guitars you took with you? I didn't take, Robert, I didn't dare touch a guitar. I did not dare bring a guitar in that closet. I figure if my guitars are gone, they're gone. I'm over the point in my life where I don't have to have a specific guitar to play. And it's why I don't really have gas for guitars anymore, because I know I can just pick up anything. I could go down to the store and get a player's Strat and a player telly and some kind of Les Paul thing, and that would be all I would need. I don't need a whole lot. I've got motoring. Yes, Randy. I've got way more guitars than I need right now because I'm not gigging. I do have a pretty sick collection, but I've gotten rid of a lot. I did a tribute to Rick Springfield involved. I'll tell you right now, he is one of the most underrated guitar players ever. Yeah, he's a cool guy, man. All right, Roger, greetings to you. So we are here. We've got 72 people in here, but only 34 likes. Come on, guys. Let's get the likes up. Let me know what you want to talk about in the comments. You are part of this show. Now, tomorrow morning, I want to plug this. I've got an amazing interview with Barry Chenault, drummer for Parliament Funkadelic, the Gap Band, Rolls Royce. You're going to get a different perspective. A guy that drives the city bus down in, I think, what we figured it was, an Orange County bus line, drives the city bus and drives the drums. He is a P-Funk. Yes, Joker, you've got to see this interview tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be able to get Bootsy, but this guy, Barry Chenault, tells an incredible story. You know, he tells about his first gig with Parliament Funkadelic, and you'll never guess who's sitting behind him, just going like this, just watching him. He looks back, and it's like, holy, you know what? And the thing that George Clinton said to him in the middle of a show, you've got to hear this story, man. It is an incredible story. He is such a cool dude. And I hope to do more with Barry down the road, because with all of these guys that I'm interviewing, we're only able to touch the surface. Now, I'm also trying to get Billy McCarthy back on the channel, because one of the original guitar players for Damal's, SS Priest, Supersonic Priest, the guitar player, just died. He died from sepsis. And man, so I'm hoping to get him back, and we'll plug the GoFundMe. We'll let you have another link to Billy's book and have him eulogize his friend a little bit. I don't know if he's, how he's doing about that. I reached out to him. I think it would be a cool thing to say something because, man, once we're gone, and I think SS Priest might have been the one that told Billy, hey, you need to go on Bad Brad's channel and talk about, the Sunset Strip days. So, he might have been the guy that set that whole thing up. And that was the first. No, Roger Carter was the first interview on my channel, but Billy McCarthy was next. Ryan Roxy. Now, isn't Ryan playing with, who is he playing with Alice Cooper now? So somebody asked, do you think metal picks? I don't think the metal picks are why Eddie Van Halen had his health issues, but who am I to know? Who am I to know? I don't think doing some of the things that Eddie was doing and drinking what he was doing and smoking what he was doing, I don't think that helped. But Mike, I think you might have nailed it there. We got somebody, Rockin' Dave. Glad you made it through the hurricane. We survived as well. Dave, I'm glad to hear that. No damage to your house. You got damage 2 years ago. Man, thank you. Dave, I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you made it. Woo! Woo! 1 second here. I have to get a cough drop just to keep. Herco picks. Yeah, I don't think Eddie Van Halen used metal picks that much. I don't know, man. I'll tell you, my favorite pick right now, and I wish I had more of them. I know I bought a pack of them. It seems like picks are ridiculously expensive. I really like this sucker right here. This thing is like indestructible. It's still got a good edge. See, I wear these things down on the sides. This has still got a good edge to it. I like the material. I think this material sounds good. What is this thing? Oh, it's an Ernie Ball Everlast. 70.75. I don't know. I need to get more of these. I really like these picks. So, how's everybody doing out there? What's the size? That's what I'm trying to read this, man. My eyes. I think I've worn off part of the size thing on there. I think it's 1.5. I think it's a 1.5. Thank you, Big P. Yes, hit the like and subscribe. Thank you, guys. Points. I can't read that. I think this is a 1.5. Yeah, Freddie, I like heavy picks. I don't like to have any give. So that I just have to do that to get it. Oh, Miserable, thank you. You are now a member of Blues King. So for guys that don't know, I have a membership to the channel. There's a whole bunch of content that's available for members. A lot of the videos that I produce, I put them in the members section first. And so now Mr. Turd, Miserable, right on. Thank you, brother. Thank you. You're now a member, and you can go in the member section, and there's all kinds of cool stories in there that I haven't even thought about releasing. So what was the one I put out the other day? It was something the one about getting fired. Thank you, Miserable. Thank you. Man, check out, did I put out the shampoo model one? Did I ever put that out? There's some cool ones in there, Miserable, and now you've got access to all those. I combed my hair. No, I didn't comb my hair today. It's just flat because I didn't wash it. So I took a shower, but I just didn't have time to dry the hair and everything. But yeah, Darcy Johnson, Troy J here, drummer for North Dakota Army National Guard. Thank you. Love the Damals. Been playing drums since 1980. What's your thoughts on drummers? Man, thank you for dropping by, Troy. Man, drummers are like the guys that I work with the most in a band. If I can groove with the drummer, man, that's what it's all about. And I've said that. I've even in some of my interviews, most of my interviews so far on this channel have been with drummers, and that's because I feel like they're the engine of the band. And if you've got a great drummer, man, you are unstoppable. So, all right, miserable. But you know, drummers do have that. Mickey, thank you so much. Thank you. Man, that is awesome. Thank you. I'll try to hit the like there. Try to hit the heart. Yeah, thank you, man. We are so glad to be safe, Roger. Freddie forgot to hit the play button. You got to hit play, bro. Yeah, drummers are the best, man. If I got a good drummer, man, I'm good. I'm good. That miserable, thank you so much. Man, you guys are awesome. You guys are really helping keeping this channel going, because this is what it really comes down to. I'm doing this full time now. So if there's anything, and man, I've got stuff, I've got videos now I've still got to edit and get up on the channel. A good one I was working on this morning. I've got one I forgot to edit before. It's a crazy, crazy Hollywood hotel story of my time working in the hotel business. Man, there's so much cool stuff coming. And oh, look who we have here. We've got a special guest.
This is my guitar.
Okay, well, come on and show them your guitar.
It's Big Boss guitar.
It's Mia's. Now, this is Mia's other Taylor. Now, this is a Taylor. Now, if you see, these are the inexpensive Taylors. They've got this like neck that just kind of sticks in there, but let's see. Oh, it's kind of in tune. Jenny, how you doing? All right, Mia wants to say hi. Here, let's give him the guitar back.
And then
Come here. No, Mia, come here. You want to say hi to everybody?
Hi, Emmy.
Mia, say hi to everybody.
Hi.
We've got a new member today. We've had a couple people donate to the fund, and we want to thank everybody for doing that because they're keeping the channel. Mia, can you say thank you? Because each donation helps Mia get a Hot Wheel. So, yeah, all right. Well, go see Mama. Go see Mama. All right, you guys have fun. All right. So, yeah, the strings, you know, acoustic is a hard thing. Yeah, we love Hot Wheels too. We love Hot Wheels. We can't help but get, oh, you brought a Hot Wheel. Oh, is this the new one? So look at this. This is a Hot Wheel Barbie monster truck. And we got this today for her, and she says, I love it. I love it. So Sean C., thank you. We got another person. We got 2 people became members today.
Say woo, woo.
Woo, woo, woo. All right, give this to Mama.
Say see you later.
See you later. All right, close the door. Yes. Man, we're having a great, thank you guys so much for joining, becoming members, for your super chats, your super thanks. I'm going to have to put the shades on and do this right, because this has been an awesome day. Woo! Woo! Yes, indeed. Man, let me tell you something, man. I appreciate you guys helping us out, man. Y'all are really something else. And man, I tell you what, if I could, man, I would buy y'all each a Hot Wheel, man, and it would be really something else, man. Because if it weren't for you, baby, I don't know if I'd still be around. Thank you, Mia. And now please exit stage right, even.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I'd just like to thank everybody out there tonight. Thank you so much for your kind contributions, man. And man, you guys are really something else, man. It's really something else. Ah! Woo! Yes, indeed, Joker. You got to shake, rattle, and roll. Speaking of shake, rattle, and roll, how about the lyrics? I'm like a one-eyed cat peeping in the seafood store. You guys know that line in that song? You ever heard that? I'm like a one-eyed cat peeping in the seafood store. I take a look at you, tell you ain't no child no mo. See what I'm saying? Red Bull is bad for your heart, dude. I know, miserable turd. I know it is. I know it is. And I probably will switch permanently to iced tea. But in the meanwhile, I'm keeping this show pumping just for you, bro. Just for you. And I figure, it also has some B12. He was Mr. Jones. He was ahead of his time. Mike, I'm going to become a member soon. Awesome funeral. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys motivate me to get up every day. Thank you to the moderators, Mike, for being here. So Adam, one-eyed cat peeping in the seafood store. That's one of the verses in Shake, Rattle, and Roll. Listen to the Elvis version of Shake, Rattle, and Roll from the 50s. It has that line in it. Listen to that. It's also got something line, the faster, I thought, what was it? I thought you were the devil and now I know. Thank you. Yeah, we got the greatest group of people in this chat, man. Pat Boone was a savage. Thank you. Awesome. Who was that said, Darcy Johnson? Well, that's the drummer. Yeah, thank you so much. Shake, rattle, and roll sounds like your wedding night. Hopefully it did sound like your wedding night, and you may have been a one-eyed cat peeping in the seafood store. So yeah, I just love that. I love that line in the song. Your mom liked Pat Boone and Paul Anka. Oh man, yeah, he did have. Pat Boone had in a metal mood. Are wedding gigs boring? Robert, they are anything but boring. Robert, if you can imagine not knowing, here's the thing, the gigs that I played, we didn't have any set list. Can you imagine going to a gig and having no idea what you're going to play? Now, we would know the 4 special songs, the father-daughter, the first dance, whatever. We would know that here's the songs we're going to play. But the rest of the night, you have no idea what you're going to play. So talk about being on your toes. And, you got to start out the night playing jazz. Okay? And that's a challenge for us rockers out there. And then, wow, Sean, I saw him twice. That's amazing. That's amazing. It keeps you on your toes. Yeah. Because, man, like, if you're a rocker like me, but I dabble in that stuff, sometimes they'll call a tune and I'll just be like, some nights you're just on and you're nailing all the changes, but then other times it's like, oh crap, I need to take this one home and practice soloing on this. It can be an extreme challenge. And then, yes, you have to bring it. And so he knows, he's a drummer, he knows. And they call a tune, and yeah, the leader will call tunes, and while you're playing a song, he's going like this. He'll look at me, what do you think? What do you think? And I'll go, My Girl, or Brick House, or, I'll just start throwing out things, and he'll kind of go, oh yeah, let's do that. Or Signed, Sealed, Delivered, or September, Earth, Wind, and Fire, or Twist and Shout, or whatever. All these classic songs, and you've got to be able to churn them out and keep it going. You can't have dead air. You got to keep people out on the dance floor. And that's the back half of the night. So the first half of the night challenges your brain and challenges your playing because you're playing jazz or whatever. And then the back half of the night, it challenges your stamina because Ohio Players is another one. Now we never really did Macarena. That crosses the line as far as entered fun to play. I think maybe when it first came out. Celebration is another one. Roller Coaster. Yeah. Man, I can honestly say, I never regretted coming off the road, and I could have been playing arenas, and coming back home and playing weddings was never a letdown, because because I like to play, man. And on them arena gigs, if it's not your band, you're going to be playing the same songs every night, and your short little solos that you have to play note for note every night. Very little room for improvisation. Smoke gets in your eyes. We never played that one, Jimmy. We never played that one, but I've heard it a few times. Here's the jazz song. We would play pretty much. Oh, Sean, thank you so much. Thank you, man. You guys are just great today. It's helping me out so much. I'm trying to hit the. It's hard to hit this. Here we go. Try to hit the heart and the like. Thank you so much. Yeah, man. It's you saw Casey and the Sunshine Band with Wild Cherry in '77. Man, Big P, I bet that was incredible, dude. The Gutter Fund. I don't even know what a gutter fund is, but that Pedro, welcome. You're in the French Alps, right? So we're reaching France right now, the French Alps. Can you imagine that? That is incredible. Oh, rain gutters. You're right, man. Whoo, dude, I lit up. After enduring that storm and realizing, the safety of your home and water intrusion and all that, man, I lit up the builder the next day, dude, because I'm like, look, we've asked for this stuff for months, and you guys have done nothing. Oh, Boogie Shoes is a good one. Yeah, I played that one. And we'll play with funky music. Yep. Hey, Sarah, how you doing? So Sarah is the sister of Don Costa. And Sarah, I watched the new interview with your ex-boyfriend, some new Don Costa Ozzy Osbourne news. Some wild stuff. Your ex-boyfriend talked to Full in Bloom. And I watched the interview yesterday, and man, some amazing revelations about the Ozzy Osbourne, him and Don Costa. They were really good buddies. Wasn't that a trip, dude? I was sitting there going, oh my God. And it was cool to hear Sarah's boyfriend. Can you put a guitar in your hands? Yes, I can. If that. Oh, thank you so much. We've got another donation. It's nice to hear your normal voice. Hey, no problem, miserable. This is my normal voice, but just understand when I film my videos, it's very early in the morning. Yeah. So Don is very underrated. Let's see. What did she say? There's a part 2. He's hilarious. More to come. Oh, wow. Yeah, man. Sarah, that was incredible to hear that. And Sarah, it goes without saying, Sarah was an absolute knockout. And seeing, hearing from her ex-boyfriend and hearing these stories, it's just incredible, man. It's just amazing to hear this, and that's a big part of why I do this channel, is to get these stories out there, man. It doesn't matter if you were in, opening act and doing this, man. People, it was that was actually Cool in the Gang, Mike. It was Cool in the Gang. But man, I've played, let's see, I've played Earth, Wind, and Fire a million times. Thank you. Yeah, Sarah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Sarah. It was just incredible to hear the story and the pictures. They had new pictures of Don Costa and a picture of him hanging with Ozzy. And it's sad how that all went down, but it may not have gone down all the way that we hear it. Now you can see I got on the other wall over there, I got my gold and platinum albums. Thank you, Roger. Yes, you can see, that's kind of cool. I don't have my gold and platinum records on the wall directly behind me anymore because I really just want to showcase the time period. Yeah, these are like mirrored pickups. They're actually kind of like chrome mirrors. Jimmy almost went to Bad Brad's Ribs in Lake Huron. Thank you, Jimmy. That would have been cool. Yeah, he was a choir director. That's what they said. What a trip, man. And Don Costa was a badass dude. I wish we could hear, if we could get that cassette copy. Maybe you can reach out, Sarah, reach out to Tracy Guns and see if he has that cassette of Don's bass Segovia, thing. That would be cool to put it out. You could put that out, Sarah. You could release that on, we could get the audio cleaned up, get it mastered, and put that out as a tribute to Don. I think people would want to hear that. I think that would be cool. But I don't know if you could track down a cassette, and who knows what shape it's in. I know I've got cassettes with God knows what on it, and man, I've got stuff in the can that I need to dig up and put out. I've got some bits and scrapes of songs out there. Yeah, I've never played this guitar I played this in a little club in Nashville. I think I played it on New Year's Eve. This is like a New Year's Eve guitar. Yeah, Sarah, that would be cool to try to dig up some of Don's music and maybe, look, it costs very little to put out an album. We just have to get the stuff mastered and we could put it out and it would be out there so people can hear Don's talent. Because there's, it's like once these people are gone, man, there's only so much, out there. And, criminally underrated. Yes, they did. The Music Man was the best EVH guitars. They were incredible guitars. I had one at one time and I sold it. I made like probably about $500 when I sold it. But, as musicians, you get these poor times, and you end up having to sell stuff. Steve Lukather's got some. I really love. They're my favorite necks of any guitar. Is these Music Mans, and this one just doesn't have. Wow! So Sarah, you guys are getting his personal effects. That's amazing. Is that where some of those newer picks are coming from that were in the interview? It would just be amazing to just see that stuff. Yeah, the neck on this dude is just, and that's the thing, man, with these Music Mans. They have the best necks in the business, and this one's just absolutely beautiful. This was a guitar that was, a special of the year or whatever, LTD, roasted maple with an ebony board. It doesn't get any better than that. It's just an incredible guitar. It just doesn't have the Strat sounds that I like. It's got its own kind. It's a flamer, dude. It's a total flamer, bro. Totally. We got 53 minutes. We've been in here a little while. We can go a little bit longer, maybe just a little bit of overtime. I was helping the wife clean a little bit earlier. Old and cheap Ibanez's. I do like the Ibanez. Yes, I do. So we went on a walk today through the neighborhood. Yeah, this is a Ball Family Reserve. Or maybe, yeah, I think it is a BFR. We went through the neighborhood and we saw our first alligator today. So we were walking. There's this cool path that I hadn't been on today. We went and it goes across this bridge. and then the bridge goes on a little inlet, right? And so we're walking, and I point to my wife, I go, see that? It's a gator's head was poking up out of the water, just like this, and it's just the top of its head, right? And you could see the thing and the little eye sticking up. And I said, look, that's a gator. And it was a small one. It was probably, maybe about, the head was maybe about that big. And as we got closer, it saw us, and then it just went under the water. First alligator today, Eric Blue. We got this amazing trail it was on. Everybody send a shout out to Eric Blue. I want to always remind you to check out the Eric Blue Midnight Glow album. It's an album I produced. It's incredible. If you dig Steely Dan, check out this album. We've got Keith Carlock on drums. We've got Wes Little on drums. We got Victor Wooten on bass on there. It's an amazing. Thank you, JJ. Yes, we weren't scared. I told my wife, come on. She's like, whoa, what do we do? I said, he's more scared of us. And he ducked down. Yeah, Pedro is in the French Alps. Eric Blue, Victor Wooten. So check out the song Green Room Blues by Eric Blue. You got Victor Wooten on bass. You've got Dorico Watson on drums, who played with Victor on the road for quite a while. You got Eric Blue on lead vocals and keys, and you got me with a nice guitar solo in the middle of it. And man, Victor Wooten, though, he gets the award on that song. He plays some stuff, man. It's just like voodoo, dude. I don't know. It's just the stuff he played, dude. It's incredible. It's incredible. Do they demand perfection? Do the Wooten brothers demand perfection? How do you demand? Yeah, the stuff he played on that, dude. It's like voodoo. I don't think anybody could have played that part. I've tried to get some of these YouTube guru guys to check out the track. I've messaged guys in comments and say, hey, check out the Victor Wooten bass playing on this, because it is some bizarre, cool ass, funky ass part. Check out that song. Oh, Miserable, you saw 20 footers in the Everglades. Wow. Yeah, they are not more scared than you, trust me. Okay. Yeah, a 20 footer's not. But we walked by it, and it went under, and I wasn't afraid of it. I would have taken the gator and told them to run. But the 20 footer is not going to be scared of anything. No, you're right. You're right. So we are at 58 minutes. Yeah, only Victor Wooten can do what he does. Y'all, everybody go check out that song today, Green Room Blues by Eric Blue. It's on Spotify. It's on YouTube. It's everywhere that you download music. It's all about the never-ending party of a green room every night. Do you do this? Yes, Miserable. I do this every Saturday at 1 p.m. I usually go for an hour. Some days I'll go 2 hours, and I've even done marathon 3-hour ones. Today it'll probably just be an hour because Miserable, come. And then Sundays, sometimes I'll go live sometime in the afternoon, but that's sort of an impromptu thing. And then every morning, Miserable, we've got an 8 a.m. breakfast club. You can join us. Every morning at 8 a.m., I air a brand new video, and we sit in the chat, and everybody chats and kind of has their coffee and starts their day. So, join us tomorrow, 8 a.m. I got an interview with Barry Chenault, incredible drummer with P-Funk, with the Gap Band. He's just an incredibly cool dude, amazing player. Everybody hit the like in here. I think I'm going to head out and see what the wife wants me to do on the honey-do list. But man, thank you so much, everybody. This has been a great, great day. We've had a great time in here. Everybody hit that thumbs up. Thank you, Miserable. Thank you to all the new members that joined today. Hello, Earl. I'm glad you finally made it at the tail end of the show. I don't know. I don't have any more furniture to assemble, but we've been cleaning today, so who knows what's got cooked up. But thank you everybody for chipping in, everybody who's done a super chat, all the new members that joined today. Thank you so much. I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for the Barry Chenault interview. If you don't catch it at 8 a.m., it'll be live all day and all through the week. Make sure you watch that one because, man, he is a cool dude. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, TM. You guys have a thank you. Thank you, Big P. Thank you. Take care, all. Everybody be safe. Love you. Mean it. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching.